What's up, guys? Right now, we're escaping Bangkok. We're going up north a little bit just to escape the earthquakes, the falling buildings, and we're setting ourselves up for success in this very luxurious villa. It's not that luxurious, but it's very nice up north near the river and the rice fields. No chance of buildings falling on us. John, how was the earthquake for you?
Bro, it was fucking crazy, man. I was locking in, doing some work, and I thought my chair was having like a spasm attack, and then I looked outside, I seen rubble coming down, I was like, holy fuck. So I just stopped what I was doing and just ditched everything and just fucking ran down the stairs, bro. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm just glad to be alive, man. Here with the fucking boys. We're gonna have a fucking good trip, and yeah, it's gonna be fucking good, bro. Let's go.
What about you, Eric? Where were you during the incident?
I was in my apartment, bro. I was in my apartment. I felt it swaying side to side. I thought maybe I had some bad food. I was like getting dizzy. And then all my frames started falling off the walls, and I was like, shoot, I gotta get the fuck out of here. So I had pajama pants on, put on this shirt, didn't even have time to button it up, just slipped on some shoes, and just bolted down the stairs, down 28 flights of stairs. It was brutal.
Yeah, you don't really realize how bad you want to live until you realize your building might just collapse on you, and then you're just jumping down the flights of stairs, trying to give your chance of survival.
Yeah, 100%. And bro, honestly, it felt like I was drunk going down, like even just walking out of my bedroom, it was like I was moving side to side, like I was drunk and I was completely sober. So yeah, it was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And everyone just went into fucking panic mode as well. Like everyone was like, holy fuck, we're gonna die, screaming. It's crazy, bro. But hey, we're grateful to be alive, you know. People died today, God rest their souls, but here we are, so can't complain.
And there hasn't been an earthquake in Bangkok for since 2019, and that was like a very small one. But this one, it felt like it was the end of the world. Like I thought everything was crumbling down.
Bro, it was just craziest I felt. And I felt a couple, felt one earlier this year in Bali. It was like maybe 5 magnitude, nothing compared to this. Mainly because I was 36 floors up. So the whole building, you know, as I think you were saying earlier, Eric, designed to sway, right? So the whole building was like fucking going back and forth. It's crazy, bro. Like, you know, there's a construction site as well, completely collapsed. They say 5 people died, but there's probably like 10 or 20 more. You know, cranes falling down on buildings. There's a Park Origin here, the fucking bridge collapsed, so yeah, it's crazy, bro.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm thinking about getting out of my lease in my high-rise apartment and getting somewhere a little bit more chill, a little bit more less risk of my building collapsing on me. Are you guys thinking about doing the exact same thing?
100%. I'm never getting a fucking high-rise again, bro. Fuck that. I don't care where it is, Dubai, Miami, any first world country, I'll never get a high-rise again, because you have a villa, bro, an earthquake happens, tsunami, you have time to actually get out and, you know, survive. Whereas in a high-rise, if your building collapses, you're on the top floor, you're fucked. There's all your legacy, your work, everything just down the fucking drain in an instant, gone.
Yeah. And I mean, for you, I remember you telling me like Lyndon, he's on the 43rd floor.
Something like that.
Yeah. And I mean, if the building collapsed, staying that high up, your risk of getting down, it's game over. It's absolutely game over. What about you, Eric? Do you think like you might get out of your lease, or what are you thinking right now?
I think so. I think like even if they say it's like technically safe, we don't know how safe it might actually be. And it's also just like, I don't know if the energy's right there. So I'll think I'll be working in my apartment, and I'll be thinking like, is it just gonna collapse at any moment now?
Yeah, so you won't be in a high frequency.
I don't think so. No. I think it's just gonna be on my mind, like something could go wrong here.
Yeah.
So I don't know where the next step is. I'll have to see. Like maybe the islands here.
Go somewhere.
I think I'm gonna stay in Thailand. Yeah. It's a good place. I like the culture. Have my visa, like long term. So.
What do you think this will do for like the state of like Bangkok, like Thailand in general? Like all these people might even be thinking like what we're thinking right now.
I think so. Yeah. I mean. I don't want to tell everybody here who's in Bangkok what to think, but I think you can make up your own minds and then you can just analyze, do I want to stay in my building? Do I want to stay in a high rise?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like for myself, I was like so comfortable, like just a day ago, like before the earthquake, I was like, oh shit, like there's never going to be any problems of like living in a high-rise place, like we're chill, we're safe, nothing's ever going to go wrong, until I realized like this building might just tumble over and I'm going to end up 6 feet under out here in Bangkok.
Yeah, definitely a pivotal moment for sure.
Kind of just see what happens in the next few days, few months, like what even happens out here in Bangkok. Will there be more earthquakes, or was it just a one-time thing where it's just like a little bit of a shake-up and that's it for the next 10 to 20 years? But you never really know. It could be another 10 magnitude earthquake tomorrow.
Who knows?
Knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood. There's no
Tomorrow's never promised, so you got to live every day like it's your last. So don't take that and think, oh, I'm just going to live like an idiot. Especially as a man, you should use that to build your legacy. And then if you do die, at least you know in your soul that you lived every last living second towards your purpose and not towards being a little fucking Timmy.
I wonder how many people woke up today, like after the earthquake, they're like, oh, I'm not where I want to be in life. Like they had that near-death experience, so now they're really living life how they were supposed to.
Yeah.
Living everything, putting everything on the line, going after what they really want. Because a lot of people, they're probably on autopilot today. But after facing that near-death experience of their building might just collapse right in front of their eyes and their faces, now they might truly wake up to they need to go after what they want.
Potentially. Some people, yeah. But I think most people will just see it as, oh, you can't control it, and then just go back to work like nothing happened. That's what I think most people do.
I think you'll see the effects over time.
Yeah.
This may be something that you hear about in 10 years when somebody says on a podcast, you know, I was working at the mall. Some Thai guy says, I'm working at the mall one day and everything collapses around me. And that was the moment I decided to pursue my dreams. I think you'll see that in time. But I think definitely the city is shook, like physically, but also like in terms of the people here. So definitely a wake-up call for some, but it's a choice that they have to make if they want to do anything about that.
100%. I'm definitely getting out of my lease.
One chef or something to come.
Yeah, I think so. Here's the kitchen, guys. It's not too shabby. Yeah, we finally arrived at the villa. We escaped the earthquakes. Here with the boys.
I don't know, but there was like just...
What's up?
Joshua, bro.
Ryan, bro.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Because I don't know why,
What's your
man.
name?
How we calculated it.
Stars?
I think I've seen
Where were you guys at, like, during the earthquake?
Yeah, I was like...
I didn't understand, it was too loud, bro.
Like, where were you during the earthquake?
Thong Law, bro.
Park Origin, Thongwar?
Yeah, bro, I was in 24th floor.
Yeah.
Bro, I was lying in bed. It felt a bit dizzy.
Yeah.
Like, I thought I were high or I were not at the right place. And then I feel that everything is starting to shake again.
What floor are you on?
24?
Oh, shit.
Bro, I run faster than Usain Bolt. Faster than Usain. Safe.
I swear, a lot of us set, like, world records for, like, how fast you can go down the stairs.
Yeah, safe. 1 minute.
Yeah. Where were you, bro?
Bro, his story is even crazier.
Bro, I was in the tower, man.
Yeah.
And I was sleeping. I was working until 6 a.m. You know, I was calling with German clients, and suddenly, like at 2 p.m. or 1:30 p.m., the roof fell on my face. But
Really?
I had my hand here, so it came on my hand here.
Oh, shit.
And I opened my eyes.
Yeah.
I felt things shaking, but I was seeing black. I thought, fuck, I'm blind or something. And then I just got adrenaline rush, just pushed it away, got up, put the pants on, didn't even have a t-shirt on, no shoes, no nothing, no phone. Just instinctively ran out, seeing everybody scream, you know, water on the ground, electricity fell out, just panic, everybody running down. I ran down from the 10th floor, and after that I waited a few hours without phone. He tried to call me, you know, to see if everything's alright, but after that, I just saw, okay, I need my passport, I need everything because I'm at the end of the world, basically. What should I do? And I just basically pushed the security guards away.
Yeah.
And
Or they try to
ran
keep you inside the floor.
I said, I need to go inside normally. Then they said, no, it's not possible. And I said, fuck that. Just get the guys out of the way, ran inside. Got the things, and now I'm here. And now I need to wait like for 1 or 2 days because the tower is very unstable, insecure to enter for me to get the rest of the things. But we'll see. Yeah.
Do you guys think you're going to move out of the high rise into something a little bit more low?
I got PTSD, bro.
Traumas from that,
Bro, I
man.
got trauma.
That's trauma from that. Like if you see something like that, and we know that people died also. That's crazy. And you don't know how many people are still in the building because no firefighters came, nothing happened, man. Like just basically
Very like unprepared because like no one even expects Bangkok to have an earthquake.
Yeah, like that was crazy. I was chilling, I was sleeping, and then boom, I need to run for my life. But That's hard. That's harsh. But
Bro, Alex, what happened with you? Did you like stay in your apartment? Because I saw your story, you were just chilling, like recording Park Origin on War.
Ah, no, that was not me. That was just somebody else who sent me this shit, so it was not me.
Okay.
I just sent you the video, guys, to see me because it was crazy.
So what happened with you?
I mean, bro, I didn't feel anything. Like, if Arisa didn't told me, I would probably not even know. I was so high on nicotine and shit.
Okay.
I was just working, like, so walked in. So then I was just feeling like I was like, kind of like busy, but that was it.
Yeah.
I just thought I'm just something like just wrong with me.
Yeah, same.
But I didn't even know it was like actually.
The lack of sleep.
If I was alone in the room, I would never know.
Bro was too dialed in. Yeah. Ram and Alex, what'd you guys do? I know you were sleeping, right?
Yeah, I was asleep in the room on the couch, and I got woke up like right before it happened. I sat on the couch in this exact position that I'm in right now, and I felt nauseous, so I stood up. I was like, what the hell is going on? And I immediately fall forward, and I'm like, what? So I braced myself on a doorway, and I start to feel like the building just sway back and forth. You can hear the pool sloshing upstairs. And I was like, well, shit. So I played the risk to reward game. I put on a full set of clothes. I grabbed my shoes. I grabbed my computer. And I grabbed my passport. And I just dipped. I just left. And Ram was out. So, yeah, I mean, we just got in contact. And then he can let you know.
Yeah. Shit, bro. Very traumatizing indeed. All right, guys, and here's a few more bedrooms along with the tour. This place is huge. I don't know how many bedrooms there even is. We got another one right here, bathroom, probably over around that corner. And then in this one, probably the smallest bedroom here. No one's even living in this one yet. So open for one of you guys. Whenever you guys come out here, that room is safe and secured for you. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it for the video. Just a really quick one. Just to showcase you guys, showcase some stories from my friends, myself, of what went down in Bangkok today. Very traumatizing, but also very eye-opening that we do only have this one life. So why not live it completely on your terms and living how you truly want to live. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, enjoyed some of the stories from myself and my friends, and I will see you guys in the next one.